when Apple unveiled its digital music device, the iPod. We brought it right here on TechLive and gave you an out-of-the-box look. The initial reaction from our labs was a thumbs up.
Definitely.
But after a couple of days of playing and prodding, is the sentiment the same? Brett,
now
our
it's
Mac
thumbs
guru.
down. No, it's not thumbs
like
down.
It. You just
I like it. I actually got a chance. I took it to the gym with me. I played around with it for a little while. The first thing that I noticed when I got it to the gym is the shape. Now, if you look at the top of it here, you'll notice that on the top, the plug, the plug for the headphone jack is on the top and not along the side. So when you have it in your little gym pouch or something, it kind of sticks up the top. It makes for an odd shape. I think it would be better if that was located on the side. No big deal, just a little design flaw. But the thing I really like about it is the jog wheel right here on the front to access your menus. That makes things very easy to get to. Usually you have to thumb around and find the right button to fast forward through the songs and turn up the volume. And this works really well. That's actually a really good idea.
I want to back you up a little bit. Beep, beep. Here's the deal.
Okay.
What is the iPod? For people who don't know what this is, what is it?
It's a hard drive-based MP3 player. It's got a 5 gig hard drive in there and a FireWire connection, which is actually really nice. Getting your music on there is really quick.
Meaning the throughput is a lot faster than USB because FireWire is what?
400 megabits per second.
As opposed to 11, which is USB.
And it's nice since it has a hard drive in it and it's got a FireWire connection. You can also use it as a FireWire hard drive. So not only does it go in and work with iTunes, but it also mounts on your desktop. You can put documents there and whatever other files that you want to put on there.
Now, this is not a new innovation. This is something that, for example, Creative Labs, the Nomad, I think it's the Jukebox, has been doing this.
Jukebox has been doing it for a couple years.
Same price, $3.99 for this, $3.99 for the Jukebox. Jukebox is a 20 gig hard drive.
Right.
And this is 5?
But yes. But that's a 20 gig hard drive that comes at a hefty size.
Yeah, it is bigger.
It's as big as a CD player. And it doesn't seamlessly integrate with iTunes, which is sort of a perk here with the iPod, is that it really is a seamless integration with Apple's MP3 software, the iTunes software. It actually works perfectly with iTunes too. When you plug the iPod in, it launches iTunes on your computer, which is kind of nice. That's a FireWire event. It's nice to see people are finally taking advantage of that. And as you can see up here in the window up at the top, it says the iPod update is complete. This is the thing that I like about it. Kind of like your handheld, it actually synchronizes with your music library. So if you go in and add songs and you make new playlists, when you plug your iPod in, all that information is going to be synchronized so that when you go back out on the road with your iPod, all your new music, all your new playlists are on there. Now, playlist creation is really easy as well.
Good. Now, you mentioned that you took this to the gym, and I think that's an important thing to mention because this is a solid-state product, and that's why it's such a huge benefit to jocks like you and me. Right.
And the other thing is, are you ready for this? 20-minute buffer. Not 20 seconds, 20 minutes. So you can put that thing in your your little backpack and go for a jog or jump up and down or, I don't know, do some jumping jacks or something. And, or maybe play football. And it's going to be okay. I mean, the only time I noticed that 20-minute buffer, and of all times to notice it, I thought it was a little strange, is when you quickly fast forward through your music because it has to refill the buffer again. But otherwise, it plays through pretty seamlessly. And the other nice thing about having such a big buffer is your hard drive's not constantly running and eating up the battery.
Okay, wait, so maybe I am confused. This isn't solid state, it's actually a drive.
It actually has a little tiny Toshiba hard drive in there. It's about the thickness of a PCMCIA card. And the battery life, 10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So all in all, it's a good product. A couple of little minor details here and there that I'm sure they'll get right. This is the first time Apple's made a consumer electronics product that isn't a Macintosh, or in the case of the Newton, isn't a handheld PDA. And I think for their first attempt, they've done a pretty good job. The integration with their iTunes application is really good. I hope to see more of this from Apple in the future. They've got this great software, which unfortunately only works on the Mac. That's unfortunate for Windows users. And now they're starting to make great hardware that works together with their software, so that's actually pretty good.
But what's this?
That's the power supply.
How does it work?
See, since the iPod gets the power from the FireWire cable, you plug the FireWire cable into that, and then you plug it into the wall, and it actually charges the unit. That's, again, another nice perk about the iPod. Not only does it get the data from the FireWire cable, it also gets the power. So if you have this on your desk, you plug it in to put your data on there, it's going to go ahead and start charging. Then you got 10 hours to use it. Cool. And the 10 hours isn't an exaggeration. We had it going pretty long yesterday.
All right, pros and cons.
All right, let's get to the pros and cons. On the pro side, it does integrate nicely with iTunes, with FireWire. It's got fast data transfer, and it is actually really easy to use. On the con side, though, and this is, hold on, this is a shocker. no Windows support, and there's no onboard recording or equalizer. I know a lot of Windows users are saying, I want one of those things.
No
and
can do.
You can't get it till sometime next year. The price, when it's available, $399, and it will be available November 10th.
To get Brett's full review, go on over to our website at techlive.com.